Knowing whether you can qualify for Chapter 7 bankruptcy can honestly feel confusing and overwhelming. There's a means test, all these government forms and legal jargon which can further delay the whole process for you. But don't worry, today I'm going to actually walk you through the easiest way to check if you qualify step by step so you can get some clarity if Chapter 7 bankruptcy makes sense for you. If you want to follow along through the process, I've actually linked the calculator I'm going to be using. It's our free Chapter 7 bankruptcy calculator. It's going to be in the description. Now, before we continue, this video again is just for informational purposes only and should not be construed as any kind of legal advice. Okay, so when you get to the calculator, you're first going to be prompted with just some sort of expectations. It kind of tells you what you should receive, how long it should take, and ultimately how it helps you compare to other options. So you'll click start here, and it's going to obviously show you some amazing testimonials of folks that have used this calculator or some similar calculator in the past and have been helped from us. So if you haven't watched those, feel free to watch them. They're very, very sweet and honestly encouraging to hear. But you move on here and then you start filling things out. So I'm just going to put in some random information here just to keep it simple. Say just one person, it's a single family. We're in, let's just say San Jose type area, and you'll keep moving on. We'll say we get paid monthly and you get paid, let's just say $5,000 a month. No overtime, no other income. Yep, $5,000 a month, that makes sense. Just confirming that. And then why am I looking into this? Let's just say, I dealt with reduced income for a bit. Things are current, but not really going to fall behind. It's just where things are at right now. No, I've never filed before. I maybe want to file within a month. I'm not fully sure. Great. I'd love to see y'all on cost estimate. And then where am I at in the process? I would say, honestly, I haven't had a consultation yet. What am I most interested in? Honestly, probably just a payment plan. Things are telephonic. Would I prefer someone close to me? Honestly, I don't have a preference. And then do I have a preference on attorney experience? Not really. Attorney's rating, yeah, I prefer 4.5 and above. Which of the following attributes are most important? I would say something that's empathetic. I don't care about in person. It'd be great if it's remote. I'd love to make sure it's affordable and strong ratings and reviews. So those are just a few things. Do I have any student debt? No. We'll say no for this. Let's just say it's about $50,000 in unsecured debt, which is about like credit cards, personal loans. How much are I paying? Let's just say $800. And then I would say 0 for other debts. And then you'll keep going through. I'm going to say I rent. Pay about $1,500 a month for rent, let's just say. No, I don't have any other assets. Do I have a vehicle? Yes, I do. Let's just say I pay about $350 a month for it. Let's just call it a 2021 Mazda CX-5. We'll say 3.9. Yes, it is. I am not behind at all, let's just say. No, I don't. Yes, I did. And then no, I did not have any child support. So as you can see, you're just kind of working through this. Would it be helpful to see an estimate of whether my assets are protected if I file? Yeah, of course. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to see how much the vehicle is worth. Let's just put $21,000, and then we'll just say, $19,000 is still remaining on the loan in this example. No jewelry, no tools. And then we're getting to the end here. Which options would you like to compare to Chapter 7? I'd like to see Chapter 13. I'd like to see debt management. Honestly, I just want to see all the above. So show me all the above here, and I want to see an estimate for everything. And then also help me understand if I qualify for a 7. And then what do I prefer? Do I want an analyst to call me? Do I want, just an attorney to reach out and provide info for me? Or do I just want all the above? At this point, I'm just going to put none of the above. And as you see, we won't even ask you for your email address, right? If I select a data analyst reaches out, then we're going to ask for that. But just click none of the above if you don't want someone to contact you. And we do not literally even ask you for your email address. And so as simple as that, you're going to click see results. And this is going to load up for you now. And here you go. So we're going to see right here at the top that we estimate you may qualify for Chapter 7 based on my income. It looks like in California, the income threshold is about $76,000 a year for a household of one, and I may make below that. And so they're estimating, the calculator's estimating that Chapter 7 may be the cheapest and easiest option for me at this current standing. But either way, I also was asking for insight on whether my assets be protected. So if I scroll down here, we can see, I don't appear to have any assets at risk. It looks like the only thing that was a concern was my vehicle, but doesn't look like I have maybe enough equity for that. So it looks like it may be protected, but I can confirm with an attorney. And so now I can break down all these options. I can see, okay, all in Chapter 7 may cost me around this much, just depending on the attorney. If I go Chapter 13, looks like it'll be just a bit more expensive, but a longer period of time. So I don't necessarily see the reason for me to do that. So I can cross 13 off my list. That settlement seems much, much more expensive. And if I look at the cons, it looks like, credit score impact, potential taxes, I could be sued. Okay, well, I don't think I necessarily have that issue with Chapter 7 in terms of sue and taxes. So I'm going to cross debt settlement off my list. Debt management seems definitely more expensive, but what are the cons? It just looks like, still around 3 to 5 years. Okay, looks like it could lower my interest rates, less damage to my credit report, consolidates my debt. So that's interesting. Yeah, it's more expensive, but maybe I don't need to fall behind and I can do debt management instead. And then there's debt payoff planning, and it's obviously where you just kind of structure your payments plus more. So I can't afford that, so I'm going to cross that off the list. So for me, I'm just looking at, okay, Chapter 7 versus debt management at this point. Now being able to see the full picture. And so for me, making a next step would be understanding, okay, do I see myself needing to fall behind, or do I see that this could provide enough relief for me? Looking at the monthly payment, given I'm paying around $800 a month in this example right now, I don't see this sustainable, and so I may be looking at a Chapter 7. And so in this case, if I wanted to speak with a bankruptcy attorney, I would just go down here and click Get Free Chapter 7 Consultation, and it would connect me with a local attorney in the area that can help with that based on all my specifications of what I'd look for. So yeah, that's essentially how the Chapter 7 bankruptcy calculator works. So if you're curious about filing and filling out your own calculator yourself, I've linked in the description below. Just open it up and plug in your data like I just did, and you'll be able to see exactly where you'll stand. No complicated forms, no guesswork, and no, again, like I showed you, you don't even have to provide an email or phone to see the results here. So there you have it. Seeing if you may qualify for Chapter 7 bankruptcy doesn't have to be overwhelming. Using this calculator can save you hours of frustration and help you feel confident about your next steps. If you're ready to see if you qualify and if Chapter 7 makes the most sense for you and compare that to other options, feel free to take the calculator. It's linked in the description below for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.